I got sick when I was around 16 years old, and I'm 21 now, and it's been 4.5 years. And I think throughout that process, there's been a lot of different experiences and a lot of ups and downs. And when it first started, my pain was very peaking, and I would have evenings where literally I would just fall to the ground in fetal position for whether it was a half hour or 3.5 hours, and would just cry the entire time. And obviously that's concerning. Now, I woke up September 5th of 2004 and had pain that day that I knew wasn't a stomach ache, that I knew wasn't, I was a dancer, I got muscle pain all the time. I knew it wasn't anything like that. And the first thing I was diagnosed with was endometriosis, which is a condition where the lining of the uterus grows in other parts of your body, and mine grows on my spinal cord in the back of my uterus. And it's basically, it's the same material that is part of your menstrual cycle. And so it's like having menstrual cramps constantly times about 20, because it's not where it belongs. And I have it on my spinal cord, which is obviously full of nerves, and that's just miserable. So like, that sounds horrible, and you're like, oh, that sucks. That's nothing compared to everything else that I went through. So then I found out the artery that comes off my aorta, which your aorta is like, you know, the biggest artery in your body and supplies all the blood, was crushed by the ligament of my diaphragm. And I was getting about 85% blood flow to my major organs. And I would say my biggest thing that I had to overcome, because I was in the middle of everything, actually, I was 6 weeks post-op from that cutting of the ligament and the artery release, when I was hospitalized with what they didn't know at the time was appendicitis. And I was in the hospital for 6 days before they figured out what it was. And my appendix ruptured, and they think that I had a ruptured appendix for about 5 days, which is, it's unheard of. It's absolutely unheard of. And I think, like, my mom was watching me die, and no one knows how I made it 5 days, and no one knows why I'm still here. That's really unheard of. People, usually a ruptured appendix has to be taken care of right away. You go septic, I mean, within 48 hours. That's like the maximum. And so to live 5 days with that, and my body was obviously already so sick. I'd been through so much in like the years up to that. I had just had a major surgery. And yeah, I picture people's faces and like the panic that they came in with every morning and not knowing. And then once they found out, it was like a huge sigh of relief. But having this happen at 16 years old has been really tough. But I have a perspective on life that a lot of people don't have. And it's not something you can explain, and it's something that you can really try and share with people. I've always said that life is going to give you whatever it does, and things are going to work out, but it's your job to just get yourself through it. And I think by whatever means necessary, don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed, don't try and judge yourself, and don't think others are judging you, because just when you think that the whole world has turned on you, you have no idea that people are looking at you and admiring you, and people don't know how you do it, and people think you're so full of courage. No one's going to judge you when times are hardest. They're not. Instead, people are looking at you, wondering how you do it and how you get through. And just don't ever forget that strength and grace. They won't run out. They won't. Even if it comes in tiny bits, even if it comes so slowly, it's going to be there. It's going to happen.